We live now.
My live is on too on my Instagram.
It should be. All depends how you connected it.
Oh no.
Greetings, everyone. You guys know it's the truth. I have an awesome person that's on the podcast doing his thing. Um, he's a former bad boy, P Diddy, Love. Y'all know who he keep changing his name to. But at the same time, Mark, I just want to say thank you for coming on Truth Podcast. And it's always a pleasure. Just not the first time we had an interaction, but I do want to start off, man. Let the people know who you are and just explain and go through the motions as far as
Wow.
let.
One of the most difficult things I have that is explaining to people who I am because to be honest with you, I'm Mark. I'm Mark Curry.
Hmm.
Um, there's nothing special about that. Not unless if you know me and I mean something to you, then there it is. But as far as who I am, man, hey man, I wrote a book. I wrote a book, and I used to do music. And those were two things that I done in life. I wrote a book and I used to do music. And I used to do music with Puff. I was on a couple of video, couple whatever it was. I wrote some music for him, but that was that. And I wrote a book though. I'm a book author.
Okay. So, tell the people how you got introduced to Bad Boy and where was you at in your career.
This through the circuit in Atlanta, the rim shop, the clubs, the club. Um, and just being a venue space, we was a venue, we was more like if you came to Atlanta you're gonna need to get with us in order to have your party because we had
Hmm.
space for the party.
Hmm.
And that was kind of like what it was, and I worked for that place. Those people were friends of mine at that time, so yeah. So then
So,
yeah.
just by glancing at the book, right? Um, the book is awesome, by the way. The book is, I mean, it's a good book because it catches you soon as you start reading chapter one. It just grabs you and it won't let you go because I tried to put it down and I couldn't put it down because it was just so intriguing. Just so I was like, man, this man has went through with the music industry. As far as now that you working with artists like Biggie, Black Rob, Shine, um, G Dep. Uh, what category did Puffy put you in to where that your music wasn't getting played enough?
They didn't understand how to market me. They didn't understand how to put me in the outfit and sell an image of me, or how to sell me. And I was like, there's not an outfit that you can put on me. There's nothing that you can do. There's no place you can go. There's no store you can go to buy anything to help you create an image for me, because the image that I already have is the image, is the one that I created for myself. So I didn't
Hmm.
you don't have to put a baseball cap on me. You don't have to put a pair of shades on me. You don't have to put a gold chain on me. That's what it was. I was just me. Me is
Hmm.
That's the reason why my rap name is Mark Curry, and the name that I went to school and I go by is Mark Curry. I never changed my. When they used to ask me what was my rap name, I used to say I'm Mark Curry. I ain't say I ain't had no rap name.
So, now that you intertwine with Puffy, as
Hmm.
far as where because I saw a couple of your videos when you was I think when you spit that rhyme when you was on that bike. I forgot the video that they did. You was
Bad
sitting
boy.
on yeah. Um that was the coldest verse that I heard. I was like, man, and you put a spin on it as far as you it seemed like you outshine him. So he had to do something to come back to make like he's the Don or the of that video.
Yeah, that's
So
the reason why the second song after that was Diddy. He did the second song after Saga Continue was Diddy. The D, the I, the D, the D,
Mm,
the D, the Y, the D is Diddy. Hold up.
mm-hmm.
Think that came off the same joint. Didn't it come off the same album?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, the second album. So he went all the way from Puff Daddy and the Family, and the Saga Continues to the next song was Diddy.
Wow.
He was just waiting on the time. He was just waiting on that moment to go do them dance moves. If you look at that movie, I mean the video, yo, he was,
Mm-hmm.
remember he was doing all that dancing and stuff like he was the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing the same dance moves. Only thing he put on the Joker outfit.
Wow.
Them the same dance
Wow.
moves. I was
I
like,
mean,
yo, no, I know who that is. That's Buffy.
so I mean, as far as because what I've noticed just by watching him, he doesn't like nobody to take the shine away from him. And the reason I say that is because the book entitles that he's gonna try to outdo you. Like prime example when he did making the band, how he made those young kids walk across the bridge for the cheesecake. Where were you at, and what state of mind you was in when you heard about what he did to those young kids?
He would have never asked me to go get him no cheesecake. He would have never asked. I would be like, get you some what? I'm like, you better send Farnsworth Bentley. I
You know,
need
I forgot all
Farnsworth.
about
You be
him.
like, what the, why is you asking me to do something you got Farnsworth for?
Wow.
Farnsworth, the man want cheesecake. So all
But
I
do
got
you?
to say, I don't have nothing else to say. I'd be like, man, I'm not your cheesecake runner. You know what I mean?
So
This was
I'm
before
just
Postmates and Uber Eats and all of that. Cause
I'm just
I
trying
be
to figure out.
like,
I'm just trying to figure out as far as um this guy seemed like. So let's take it back. This when Pac was beefing with Biggie and Bad Boy.
yeah.
So the thing about it is Pac seemed like he didn't hit because all of them used to be friends at one time. And what I noticed is for Pac to switch or turn like that, for him to come back and say that Puffy and Bigum, they supposed to be the big guys in New York. And these guys in New York don't know who shot me. So I think that's where it all hate came from because what I've noticed is Pac just started going off on Bad Boy. And then when he made Hit 'Em Up, where was you at when that came out?
I was in the club telling the DJs they better not play that song when they see me in the club. If you play that song when I'm in the club, we come in for the records. We come in when you leave. We want the records. We want right now. We ready to stop the whole everything. It was a problem. I had a few friends. Then when you heard that song, you already knew. Don't play that song because it's disrespect. It was just disrespect. At least that's what I thought at the time. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I look at it, I'd be like, damn, it's a great song.
Now that you listen to it.
Yeah, it's a great song, but I just don't think that he was talking about me. They just had their own things going on. Everybody always have their own their own burdens and things to bear in life. So these are just the trials and tribulations of men. And this particular situation is the trial and tribulation of what he's going through. It was a
Mm-hmm.
book that I wrote a long time ago. I saw it coming. I was able to stand on the mountain and see way into the future. And I said, hey, man, there's some problems coming. And nobody thought that I was telling the truth. So I wrote a book about it.
Mm.
So then the
Wow.
thing we're doing is just seeing what I was talking about. And it gets more because I could have wrote another book, but I said I was
Mm-hmm.
going to write another book until this first book got the recognition that I was looking for. Can't
Mm-hmm.
can't keep on trying to satisfy people. Like I'd be like, man, you can write a book about your life and the truth and sell it to and put it and people don't want to hear. They don't want to. They're not interested in. They're interested in whatever you can get for nothing.
That's true. That's true. Because what I've noticed is that in the music world, how did you know that when you first signed your contract with Puffy, how did you know it was a 360 deal?
I ain't have a 360 deal. 360 deal. I ain't had that. I had
Mm-hmm.
a regular. It was a production deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sign your artist to my label. I'm gonna give your production company X amount of dollars, and then only thing I need you to do is when I record a song with them, I need you to pay me for it.
Wow.
So it's like
Wow.
now when I do, so now this is how I'm gonna get my money back. I'm gonna give you some money, and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put this in. We're gonna run him up for X amount of dollars. You understand? And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna invoice your company for using your artist, and then that's what you can do. Now the artist don't never have to know nothing about it. You
Mm.
just give them a little 10, 15,000. We gonna play around with all of the money they gonna give us.
Wow. Wow. That's I mean, because I remember reading something like that, how with Suge Knight. Suge Knight did the same thing. Pac was paying um not Warren G, Nate Dogg's child support and all that to his baby mamas. And it came out that how Suge was really running Death Row. And it seemed like everybody that's signed to these big labels, they always seem to get screwed over. So how did you know when to say, man, it's time for me to go? It's just time. I ain't caring about nothing.
It was when I took myself back to the times when I used to go fishing.
Hmm.
When I used to go fishing, it was like it was me. I was at the pond, I was at the pond or the lake, wherever I was at, and I just had some of the most peaceful moments ever in life.
Hmm.
And then when I have those peaceful those moments, I realize how important I mean to myself, and I'd be like, yo, you know what? Of all things in the world, you can say that you can be proud of you. And you say, why should I be proud of me? You say, because you were able to stand against some wicked individuals and
Hmm.
prove your point. And you'd be like, what? You were able to make people around you that felt like it was foolish to think like you. And then to this day, you gave them courage. So it's like you made people stronger, you know. So wow. So then it's just a sacrifice that you make in life sometimes, and the results are not something that I look for and say that I want to be able to enjoy in life. I don't never get to enjoy a lot of the good works that I do, but I don't get mad because as long as I mean something and I know that my word is getting out there and people are understanding my story, that's the most important part to me. Like I don't
Hmm.
making money off of it. Even though it's almost like if you like to hear about me, I also wrote a book, buy a book, and that's the support. But if you know about me and you don't buy the book, so what? You
I
know,
mean, as far as I once because we're gonna because you're gonna come back to the show, we're gonna really get into depth. This is just an introduction to the people because what I'm learning is that this book, I'm telling you, people, let me tell you. This book here, I ain't trying to gaslight you or nothing, but this book is on point. I couldn't put it down. And the good part about it is it's giving you insight to all you rappers that's so desperate and so geek to get into the music industry. And you got to make sure that you have a good lawyer. You can't just go in there and just sign because they throw $20,000 on the table and a contract in front of you. So,
who's
Mark,
giving you a contract now? Nobody's giving people contracts no more. They sign up with YouTube. They subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
You don't have to sign no contract. You don't need no record label or nothing. You don't need a record label to get on Spotify. You don't have to have a record label to be hot. You don't only thing. What do you need? They marketing promotion lanes, the way that they can get you involved in TV commercials, the way they can get you on commercial ads on the radio to make you seem like a conglomerate or one of those star-studded individuals. They're gonna give you a liquor. and say, hey, you know what? Only thing you got to do is say this liquor is yours, and then the world is going to believe that you're the owner of the brand, and then everybody's going to want to go and have a drink of this stuff and get drunk.
So
So
that explains what the that liquor Puffy was pushing. Um, I hear that he's suing them now.
I don't know, no. If you caught up, I think that they settled all of their disagreements.
Oh, so he back with him.
No, I think that they're not doing any more business dealings. Period, and just decided to walk off.
So basically, he's falling off.
We don't know anything to say about it. Well, his reasoning for his decision, obviously it might have been something that he felt was in his best interest. Obviously, he was like, it would probably be in my best interest to leave these people alone, and he left them alone.
So I want to talk. I read reading it. I'm still reading it, but you wrote in there in the book that I think your dad had passed or your mom had passed, and you went to Puffy and asked him to send flowers. And what's the response from that one?
He sent the flowers.
Okay.
And then it came, and then one of the most memorable moments that I had with my father, the last moments that I was able to share with my father, was that he had some flowers, and it came from Puffy Combs and the Bad Boy family. And,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of the nurses and everything was like, yeah, your father got some. And then they was like, who is it? Then I came in, and then it made my father real proud of me. So during his last moments, I was able to actually hold his hand and talk to him. But it was a few things that he said to me that was disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he was like, Mark, no matter what you do or how hard you try, they try to make it hard for you. And he was like, the only thing I wanted to do is just be a man, live, and take care of my family. But he said they made that hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
God, I was like, yeah, I got what he was saying. But what I get what he's saying is he's telling the truth. They make it so hard to just survive, just to have peace,
Mm-hmm.
just to for a minute, just to be appreciated. Like when you go to work, they pay you to be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
When you come home, you got to be who you are. You don't get paid to be that person that everybody think they already know you. You be like,
Mm-hmm.
easier to deal with people who pay me to be who I am than to be around people who know me that just
Mm-hmm.
may not love me the same.
Wow.
It's
So I just want to, man, because I knew you was real tight with Rob, with Black Rob. Um, and it was all through the media as far as I think his homeboy, somebody came and said you was scamming people. And I said, nah, that don't sound like Mark doing that. Because I know you was the only one that was in his corner that was really fighting for him. You know what I mean? And it's just when you helping black people, man, it's just always somebody always trying to run game. But at the same time, you was there with that brother because I think it was a video that was going around the internet. And the people, when this man was at his last stage, man, you stuck in there with that brother. And you saw that boy his struggles, and but you was there. That's the key. And I want to give your kudos to that, man, because that's what he needed, love around him, and you helped that brother out.
Mhm.
So I mean,
I'm gonna reiterate this. So I hope everybody understand what I'm saying.
hmm
Black Rob was alive when he was with me.
hmm
He was alive.
hmm
When I went to that hotel with Queen that morning, we went and got him. He was alive. He was alive when he was talking to me. and he was holding my hand, and then all of a sudden he died while holding my hand.
Oh my goodness. Wow, man. Wow. Mm, 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 mm. To lose somebody like that, man. I mean, you'll never forget him, but
He was
it
holding,
just
bro, when he died.
when he passed, he was holding your hand.
Uh,
So, with that going on, did anybody from Bad Boy like come around like Faith? Um,
Faith already,
anybody?
Faith already been around. Everybody
Okay.
ain't talk to nobody really. And if you ask me really, I don't really, whatever decisions, reason why people feel like whatever, Mark, whatever, so be it, man. Some people still
Mm,
go on to produce music with Puff. They on his Love album. They on everything. You be like, man, so it's like you've been a producer who's been with him since day one. I wouldn't expect for you to befriend him and risk making money and putting everything that you're trying to accomplish at risk just to have a friendship with me. So what we'll do is we'll kindly opt out of this one. You can go over there and do what you need to do. We can just wave at each other from a distance, and that's what our friendship would be. And we might not ever speak to each other until we see each other. You
mm,
know, that's it. That's how I always thought about it. Except for Faith. Faith, I still talk to Faith a lot. I had Black Rob. I talked to him a lot. Craig Mack. Craig Mack was on my favorite list too. He was one that I would talk to a lot. A lot of the producers, a couple of them. Stevie J was one of my favorites as my friends.
do
And
you still talk to him?
I don't talk to him. I don't talk, but I know some people you don't speak to because the differences that I have between me and Puff
Hmm.
makes some people uncomfortable to have to choose a side, like to say who to believe in or who not to. So it's either I don't say nothing and then keep peace with everyone, or I say what I have to say, and whoever disagrees with it, so be it, and that's what it is. And that's the route that I had to choose in order to be me. That's it. Can't
I
nobody.
mean,
I can't not be me to protect what people is wanting to hide in life.
hmm I mean, so let's just take a look because we only gonna do 30 minutes because I know you're busy, and like I said, we're gonna try to do segments, and the big explosion gonna come when I get that book in my hand, and we're gonna talk depth on that. But I just want to break the ice with the people and let them know who you are and that you'll always be a bad boy no matter what because you set standards there. So out of the rap you wrote from him, do you still get royalty from him, or do you still fighting for that?
Who's buying music? Where are they streaming Bad Boy for Life and Puffy album? It's not like that, man. The world has changed. The radio is not even the radio no more. The radio is people's phones, and they YouTube. That's the radio.
Hmm.
You don't have to turn on and listen to Young Jock, and who I don't support. I don't
Okay.
support Jock.
Which y'all got some kind of beef going on, or y'all just don't talk?
You that he didn't support my book and he didn't support me, which I thought he was always a cool friend of mine. But to hear him say that, that kind of let me understand why I didn't see the promotion marketing within the promotion like, yo, my homie wrote a book you should check out. Or it's a dude who wrote it. He was like, I didn't see anything that went wrong. So you'd be like, damn, Jock, why don't you just let the people know? You wasn't really actually signed to Bad Boy. You was signed to Block Entertainment, and Block
Hmm.
Entertainment was signed to Bad Boy. So really, you didn't have no right to say nothing to Puff about. You probably didn't even know nothing about your publishing. Even when you got your publishing, it was almost like stepped on. You had about 4 people involved in it. I didn't, and what I did was I fought to get less people involved in my business. I was like,
Hmm.
if you ain't sit down and write this song with me, you ain't finna get money with me.
Well, that's true. I mean, because I look at it because if you look at that Bad Boy for Life video, it probably wouldn't got as much popularity that it did if he wouldn't have had all those celebrities in it. That's what pulled a lot of people into it because I think a lot of people is just kind of tired of Puffy and all his shenanigans and all the stuff coming out on him. But at the same time, where is Mark Curry mindset at right now to this day? Forget the music, but where's your mental at right now?
My mental. My mental is that you don't have to be successful in people's eyes in order to be a hero. You can be a hero by default, or you can be the loser, and still the loser is still a hero because people still believed in the person who played and fight for that. They fought for it. They was like, I believed in you. I believed in what you stood for, what you stand for. I believed in your colors, and I believe in you. And even though you went to battle and you didn't win, I still believe in you. And you'd be like, wow, you still believe in me? And you'd be like, even though I lost, even though I didn't win and this is what it is, you believe in me? Yeah, they still believe in you. You'd be like, wow, that's what makes you a true winner.
Hmm.
So I had to go through that. And I may have lost in that particular fight, but I won in other fights.
Okay. So I mean, as long as your mindset is good, as long as you're not having no hate, or because I know you said in a book it took you a minute to get over the hurt what he's done to your career.
Still over it. I'm still not over it, but I moved on. I'm still not
Mm.
I'm still not over it. Because you know why I'm still not over it?
Wow.
Every, every time, sometimes I might argue with my own lady, and I'd be like, "Yo, if life was what I already planned it to be, we would
Hmm.
never argue.
That's
Life would
true.
be so different. But because this is just what it is, this is what life is." And I'd be like, "Yo, I'm fighting to change it, and I want to do it. I want to fight, and I want to change it. You know, and
Hmm.
something that you got to do. It becomes something to where like where you might say, God, I asked you for your help and I asked you to appear. And God might tell you, He said, I'm not gonna fail you, I'm gonna appear. And you'd be like, well, when why you didn't appear? Sometimes it'll take to someone to be 90 and 100 years old and Puff be in his dying bed, 99, and he say, I'm sorry for all the people I hurt. And I'd be like, yo, you know how many people who lost their life waiting on you to say this, and then you finally saying this? This shit means nothing if
Hmm.
you said it a long time ago. So the amazing thing about life is to see the things that you pray and things that you feel, when you think things are done wrong to you, and you can see the action taking place now, right now.
Hmm.
Right now, that kind of lets you know God is so focused. What we're seeing right now is what should have took 100 years to see. We're
Wow.
supposed to die not knowing.
Hmm. I mean, because I just want to say, man, I want to shoot a awesome shout out to your wife because she's still with you all the
No,
way to the beginning.
no. We should give her a shout out. But it came a time when she jumped ship. She ended up being a ship jumper too. But
Wow.
but it's okay. I was left. I was left one time and they buried me.
Mm.
It was like, let's bury this joker. Let's put him in the dirt. And I seen it. They was like they buried me, and I'm sitting there in the bottom of the pit, and I'm seeing dirt that's coming down on me, and I'm like, the dirt is messing up my eyes now, and I can't see because my eyes are covered with dirt, and now I'm covered with dirt, and I'm dirt, and dirt is on top of me and all the way around me, and I can't get past the dirt. And you know what I said?
What?
Nigga, you a seed.
Wow. Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
That's what happened. My arms started reaching out, and I was reaching towards the sunlight. And then I found the sunlight and I saw daylight. And then I put my head out and I said, oh my God, guess what this is? What's that? Me again. That's
That's awesome, man.
life.
It, it it's good to hear success stories, what you've been through,
Hell
because
yeah.
it definitely makes you stronger, and it definitely puts you on a different mindset. But I remember you were doing a show with Puffy, and you said that if it weren't from you, that the show probably would have flopped, or he owed some people. He only stayed on the stage for like 20 or 30 minutes, something like that. He's supposed to stay on the stage for an hour, hour and a half.
That's when I'm because I know we running short on time.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So
I'm gonna
look,
give you this. I could give you the story.
no, 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 no. Wait, pause that.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to give where people can reach out to you. Where can they reach out to you to get your book, to know more about you? What's your IG, your Facebook, and let the people know how they can get in contact with you.
If you want the autograph book, it's just best to DM me on Instagram. You just DM me, and then I tell you how you could do that. And then I follow you too. So I follow people who spend money with me.
What's your IG?
It's dollar. It's reach. No, it's MARK one more time because my middle name is Keith, and then Curry CURRY.
Yes, sir. And it's a pleasure, man. You know you're always welcome back to the Troop Show
Man, let's get
because yeah, let's get this thing rocking. So I want to thank everybody that came on with your comments. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you guys for coming on. And Mark, you got any words before we end the show?
my Cash App is nah. I'm just joking. Good. Everything's good. Everything's beautiful. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you. They thought they left me out in Potter's Field. Watch my broken bones heal up. Made non-believers kneel.
Mm.
See you later, bro.
You have. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
All right.